Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live. I am Heather. We come to you live each and every day, Monday through Thursday. So experience Luminess, see what we have to offer, ask questions, and we go through what you get in your kit because we know we have people at all different levels. And so we go through your kit, what you get, how to use it, and all that fun stuff. So like I said, we do go through the starter kit. Now, some of you may have received more products, whether you had the opportunity to purchase them, or maybe it was a gift with purchase. But what we go over is the basic of what you do get in your kit. And I'm probably going to sneeze because my allergies are bad today. And here you go. This is our icon. We also have the icon Pro and the Legend, and it does come with all that you see here. It comes with the 2 bottles of foundation, love, and blush. And then again, you may have received other, but it does come with this as well. And then right here, this is what we want you to do to get started. So make sure that you're keeping that stylus moving, keeping it keeping it going around. Keep it 4 finger widths away from your face. When you're moving this around, you're never in one spot twice, but there's overlap. So you're going to go slow. It's not a race. Go slower than fast. And then you're going to lightly pull down on that trigger. I tell you this all the time, but it's retraining our brains into thinking Luminess and not traditional makeup. Okay. So let's get started because I do want to go over correct coverage, like right coverage versus wrong coverage, meaning how you get your coverage. And so I want to do one side wrong, one side correct. My day's going okay so far, except for the not breathing part of it. Oh, in my nose. So I think what I want to do is, I'm going to go in with a little bit lighter foundation, although I haven't tanned. I'm planning on tanning tonight. So I'm going to come in. I'll be so dark. And then I have my Breeze, and I'm going to put some drops of the foundation in there. And this necessarily isn't my color, but I want to show you the difference. So I'm a shade 3, 030, and then this is an 020 in the rose, which isn't that off. Okay. So when I hear words like, oh, the foundation turned me orange, or it's the wrong color. If you're in the right ballpark as far as shades, then you're good, because airbrush makeup is very forgiving. Okay. And I know that seems weird because you're like, hello, but it really is. So I have shade 2, which is on the lighter side of my shade. I normally am a 3, but if I applied 3 like traditional makeup, it would look wrong. Okay. Just follow me here. Okay. Just follow me. Oh my gosh, I taught my friend to airbrush. Yay. That's awesome. I was wondering about all the other foundations. What's the best? So Jeannie, yeah, we covered that yesterday too. We covered the foundation. So like I said, I would stick between Silk 4-in-1 and Rose 4-in-1. Those are the ones that have 18 shades. They're going to give you a wider range of colors. Hey, Debbie, good to see you. And Silk 4-in-1 is going to give you sheer to medium coverage, and then the Rose 4-in-1 is going to give you medium to full. I mainly use Rose, even though Rose is medium to full coverage, and maybe I don't want full coverage all the time. I don't have to do as many passes. I can just do maybe 1 or 2 passes and get some sheer coverage. So it's only you get coverage on the passes, but the Rose foundation is our purest foundation, and it's also higher pigmented. Now, if you're airbrushing, just because I say, oh, it's full coverage, does not mean you're going to have that heavy makeup look. That's traditional makeup, okay? If you're airbrushing correctly, it doesn't matter how much coverage you get because it still should look natural. Does all that make sense? Give me some thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, so I have my shade 2 in here. Now, if I'm doing it the wrong way, it's going to be thick, move my hair back, and cakey and the wrong color. So if I went in, and that's mainly a lot of people, when you first start out, they spray too hard and spray like this. Trying to cover every inch of your face. Okay? That's applying it like traditional makeup. That's not how it goes on. And so this is how you apply it. Okay? Same color, O2O, but applied the wrong way, it's going to look like this. And I don't even want to touch it because I know it's going to be gross. Like you can see my fingerprints in it. Okay? Get the paper towel. Yeah, the smell is awesome. That's going to, I mean, I can make this look good, but it's applying it the wrong way. Jeannie said that's how I applied it when I first got it. And that's why I wanted to go over this, because I would say 9.99 times apply it too heavy when they start out, too heavy. And so, of course, we don't want to do that. You should not feel it go on. In fact, let me show you. Like, you should question whether or not it's even coming out. Okay, so I have a paper towel right here. Okay. Nothing on either. And I'm going to apply it over here. I've already applied some, but I'm going to go back. Okay. Turn it off. So right here, ready? Nothing on it. Nothing on it. If I applied it like this side, you can even hear it coming out heavier. People apply it this way. It's the wrong color. Ugh. I don't know if you can see it. There. Can you see it? And it's going to get all over. So you can do this at home. You're first starting out, apply it and take a paper towel. And can you see any of the makeup? Then know that you are pulling back too hard. Also, remember, you can hear it, okay? Listen for use your senses. It's going to feel heavier, cakier. It's going to feel wet. When you see that on, plus you can hear the difference. You can hear the difference, okay? I'm going to put more in here. Hello, Luminess. I'm going to put more in here because I want to hold towards the camera so you can hear it. And I'm going to spray it into a paper towel, and watch my finger. Hear that? Way too hard. I'll just turn this over. That's how light. And you can tell, like, even how it comes out is different. Guys, you should be able to touch your face. Now, Debbie just said, way too light for you. No, it's not. That's the point I'm getting at, guys. If I apply it, look wrong. If I applied shade 3, 030, this way, it'll look wrong. Airbrush makeup does not go on like this. Shh. This It's how it should go on. Same color, applied differently, wrong, right. It looks, could it be a little light? Yeah. But if I applied 030 this way, it's going to be too dark. So you have to make sure, don't use the system, don't get the system, get it out and say, and use it one time and think, nope, not for me. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you want to practice, and practice, I want you to do this. The very first thing I want you to do is plug it in and charge it for at least 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. Then just using the air, I want you to move it around and feel that air. Just move it around. Notice I'm not doing this. It's not a free for all. I still have a bunch of makeup in here, so I don't want to splatter it everywhere, but you're not. Bam, bam. I'm moving. There's overlap. I keep it moving. It's not a race. And just at the beginning, just practice moving that stylus around. T-zone, you can go up and down. Neck, you can go up and down. Under the eyes, you can go back and forth. But just feel the air. Then I want you to put water in here and airbrush water on your face. What you'll want, moving it and barely pulling back on the trigger. Water weighs heavier than the makeup, so your face is going to be wet. I just don't want it running down your face, okay? And actually, I do have some water here, so let's do it real quick before I'm blowing the rest of that 2 out, and then I have a water bottle. Whoa. I hope I don't overdo it. Yeah, I did. Okay, so let me dry this off a little bit. Okay, so I have water in here. So if I am doing what I just told you to practice, I have that air. I'm keeping it 4 finger widths away. I'm making my movements. Now I'm lightly pulling down on that trigger. Lightly pulling down. I can hear it when it's being let out. There's a little wet sound when it comes out, okay? Here, I'm gonna put a paper towel underneath me in case it drips. If I hear this, hard. This grossness, okay? That's, if your face is like soaking wet, no. Still water pulling back. There's a cool feeling, but it's not running down my face, okay? So practicing, look at that. Practicing with water is perfect. You really will learn a lot practicing with water. You get to know the distance. You get trigger. You can listen for it, and whoops. And so it becomes second nature to you. All of this will become muscle memory. If we were all in a room, Debbie also said that's the way she looked when she first started. If we were all in a room and everybody was airbrushing, I could close my eyes and tell you who was spraying too heavy and who was out of makeup. Okay? Those are things that you're going to learn. I promise. But practice, have fun with it. I just played with water, guys. I just had some fun with water. That one day. If you're still struggling and you're like, I am not getting this, practice with the water. Practice with water. Have fun with it. You're not wasting your makeup. I'm drawing off my face. You're not wasting the makeup, and you're getting to know how to airbrush before even starting to do the foundation. And when you first start, I really just want you to get the foundation down. One thing else is lemon squeezy, because you know how to airbrush. You know the art of airbrushing. So Make sure you stay that 4 fingers. Make sure you keep it moving. Practice with water. Then you can put a few drops in your airbrush and spray a paper towel, keeping it the 4 finger widths away, moving it very slightly and lightly pull back. If you see that makeup too hard, okay? But I feel like doing it on your face helps you experience it without we need to see it. And I think sometimes that helps it click in our head that, oh, okay, now it, because what ends up happening when you spray that paper towel with some makeup, you're like, oh, I didn't even think I was pulling back and something's coming out. It really will open your eyes, okay? Good morning, Pam. How are you? So I'm putting a couple of drops of glow, and I'm using glow underneath my eyes. I'm going to use it on, I'm still yesterday from my Chinese food that I had. So I can go in. And guys, when you start experiencing this, what you'll find is it's so easy. I mean, there's honestly no way of making mistakes with Luminess, because even if I was, that might be too, and actually I just messed up right now. Hold on, I'll show you. So under this eye, it looks a little, like a little bit too much. What I do, move, pulling back. This is the glow. This is going to cover. Hello, Christina. How are you? I need to move this so I can see. How are you? Okay. Can do on my eyebrows, or a brow bone actually. So if I was doing my foundation and I thought, okay, especially when I'm tanning, I think, oh, I'm dark, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm not that dark. I can correct it without taking off the makeup. Why? Why can I correct my shade without taking any makeup off? Does anybody know? If I did a couple of passes and I look in the mirror, too dark or too light, why can I correct it without removing it? I know there's a delay. So that was glow. And now I'm going to get my 030. Shaking it up, shaking it up. Because you also have to remember that foundation is to even you out, right? Foundation is to even you out, meaning it should be your shade. I know a lot of people want to look darker or lighter than their actual skin tone. You need to have on the correct foundation color and apply your brush correctly. And then we can add the bronzer or the contouring or all of that to get what we want. The foundation is going to even you out and make you flat. Okay. So now I have my shade. Nobody, is anybody answering? Nobody. So the reason we can correct it is because there's pixel. It goes on like little dots. Dot, 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 make it passes, dot, 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 dot. So if I stopped and look in the mirror and go, okay, that's looking a little too light, or that's looking my shade and go right over that, because then we're just filling in that space. A lot of you have seen me where I do and I was like, okay, how's it look? Everyone's like, oh, it looks great. It looks good. You can see your redness disappearing. And then I show you what shade I'm using, and I'm using a shade 9. Now, if I continued with that shade 9, yeah, it would look funny. But I could stop, put my correct shade in there, and keep going. You can adjust. And so this is my shade 3. Now again, if I applied this incorrectly, it's going to look too dark. If I was pulling down too heavy on the trigger, if I was trying to create into my face, yeah, it's going to look jacked up. And I'll show you again. This is, make sure this one's clean, paper towel on it. Now, in the beginning, if you're not there yet, that's okay. If you're like, oh, it looks a little, it's still a little wet, take your finger off the trigger. I'm going to add a little bit more, get my coverage. Take your finger off the trigger and use the air to dry it. You just know that every time you use this, you are learning, okay? So don't freak out. Remember, I told you, it's very, very easy to correct. There's no mistakes. You can do it. Now I'm going to go in and shade my soft rose. Now, I didn't blow all of that 3 out, but I'm going to go in right, or I put the 3 on, or the soft rose on top. I'm going right there. Now I'm doing 4, so I'm going to be a little more careful as far as how I apply it. Jeannie was talking about her mix of what she uses. And guys, like in my makeup kit, when I go and do makeup on people, I don't carry all 18 shades. I carry probably 8. And that's it. I don't have room in my kit. I mean, I have room, but I don't want to carry all of that in my kit. I'm going to powder. Because yes, you can powder afterwards. You don't have to, but you can. Now I'm going to add some contour. There's my contour. This is when I'm adding shape to my face. Going in right underneath the blush. Right there. I'm like, I never know what to do with all this. And then, you know what I think I want to do? I feel like there's a hair right there. Let's see. I'm going to use, what is this one? Citrine. And citrine. Or do I want to use a bronzer? Think of what I'm wearing today. This is Spice. These both have a little bit of shimmer in them. Spark. Look how pretty that is. Maybe I'll use that. Just adding that to my finger. And just tapping that right on my lid. Okay. And then I'm doing a little bit of what we did yesterday, where I'm just grabbing the cut 1 and using one of the contour colors. I'm going to do that in my crease and then soften the edges like that. And then, and this is the foundation liner. I'm going to take on my lashes, very light line right there. This will do a very thin line. This is going to help your lash line look thicker. And if I mess up, it'll be a thicker line. What brush am I using for the contour? Hold on, I'll show it to you. It is in our 5-piece brush set. It's a fluffy angle brush. Even eyeliner, that makes such a difference. What do I do with it? It's this one. Well, it's one of these that's in our brush set. This one's a different color, but it's angled and it's a brush. And just do it right there. Now I'll go in. I'm kind of like holding my eyes down so that dries. For the airbrush, you need your eyeliner to dry. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. And then now I'm gonna curl. And curl. Oh, you just use the spark? I'm gonna put it on top, the mascara on top right now, because there are a lot of makeup artists that only like mascara on the top. They don't put it on the bottom, and that just shows you how easy, or not how easy, but like makeup is an art. Makeup is how you interpret how you want to look, if that makes sense. Just like that, some people don't like to put the eyeliner on the bottom. They think it brings the eye down. However, I'm not one of those people. Like mascara on the bottom. To me, it just forms the eye. So maybe one day try it, just mascara on the top, and think. See if you get any comments. So I love brush because you can just go real fast. Or, oh, the cut one. You just use the cut one for eyeshadow. I'm like, what was the word I was looking for? This all the time, but this, I love this. I love this lip liner. It's my Dusty Rose lip liner. It gives. I think if I could get this tattooed to my lips, I would. If I could get this color, because I use it all the time. And I don't have pigment on the top part of my lip. So without lip liner or like lipstick, my lips look smaller. Yes. Even though I hate the saying, I hate, but you do you. I hate that saying. But you do what makes you feel pretty. I'm pretty. There you go. Like this one, I know is my go-to. This is what I'm using all the time. I have like 4. I keep them everywhere because I'm to overpower. And it looks like it just went out, but it came back on, so I don't know what's going on. But there you go. The most important thing I wanted, hold on, I need to make sure it didn't flip my. The most important thing is that I want you to understand the coverage. So if you're just now tuning in, watch this one in the beginning because we did talk about coverage and I showed you. So make sure that you watch it, especially if you're new, because 9.99 times you're going to be spraying too heavy with the airbrush. lighter, lighter, lighter. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday. And hey, we come to you live each and every day, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Central